Aries, welcome to your Astroflower reading for the week going from the 3rd through to the 9th of July. Yeah, in the collective reading, it seems like apply in July. This is what everyone's getting this week. It's really a case of positioning and stuff like that. Funnily enough, I think you've already positioned yourself very well. And I think you've got yourself a bit of slack. Give you a space to play, as it were. We'll see with the cards here, and let's see what comes up. Space to play. Two of Cups. The energy, the overall energy here is trying to get you in a line. We're not trying to get you in a line. It's helping you to be in alignment with yourself more than anything else. To be really chuffed about what you're doing, where you're going, what you're working as, what life is all about, your connections with other people, your connections with yourself spiritually. That seems to be something that's coming up. So yeah, there's a lot of things sort of like, you know, really connecting with yourself in a beautiful way, getting up to the higher level. And when you get up to that higher level, it makes life a lot easier. It makes life a lot easier when you're dealing with the world around you. Because there's certain things that, and this is where I think you're heading to. Because I think you've set yourself up really well, Aries. I've been looking at your readings and, you know, hats off to you, fair play. You know, I think you've set yourself up in a position where there is going to be, in the future, what things that would normally trigger you will no longer. And it's a case of you're not worrying about it. You've got more important things to do, like having fun and enjoying yourself and connecting with other people. It's a real good vibration that you're coming into. I think this could have to do with Pluto in going into Aquarius, because that's probably very good for you, Aries. So the overall energy here is trying to get you totally in line with yourself. And when you do, that will pull you in line with everybody else that is around you. With your karmic message on your relationship side, this is your calling. Your karma seems to be really in line with yourself. So it's just a case of putting one foot in front of the other and go towards what you feel you should be doing. If you're thinking about it, talking to someone, saying something, do it. As long as it's coming out of a calm space, as long as it's coming out of that Two of Cups scenario, that sort of vortex of energy that you create when you connect with oneself. The moment you're in that sort of vein, if you can feel what you're supposed to do, or if you know what you're supposed to do, you know, or you want to talk to someone, or you want to ask someone about something, I would go ahead and do it. Follow your karmic message here. Follow your calling. It's almost as if like you're, yes, winning sort of scenario. Really good, actually, Aries. Really chuffed for you. I'm really, really chuffed for you. And there's nothing more beautiful when Aries is at ease and totally on the ball. It's that, you know, they're a very beautiful sign to be around. Really beautiful sign to be around. How's the universe offering you? What are they doing? King of Wands. Very much an Aries card here. This is where they're calling you. So they're calling you to your judgment. Not your judgment and stuff. This is like your higher calling, your raison d'etre. Your reason for being in life, within the world. And the universe here is backing you up 100%, as if to sort of say, you put one in front of the other and you start going towards the situations and the connection with the relationships around you that you so want, you're going to get the best out of it. You really are. And so are the people around you. That's the funny thing. So are the people around you. You're going to make a lot more for yourself. You're going to make a lot more within the relationships that are around you. It's just going to be absolutely bliss, I think. And it's being a leader. The universe here is sort of saying, take the lead in your life. Take the lead in your karmic path. What you should be doing. How you should be connecting with people. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Let's just have a look, see what's going on with your past guides. How your guides are influencing your past, or connecting with your past, as it were. I think it's because it's connecting with yourself, with the four of Pentacles that popped out. Maybe the past, you're starting to learn a lot about your past as well. It's got kind of going, you know, there I was a bit sort of like, a bit stressed, and I might have said a few things I shouldn't have said, and stuff like that. And just realising little things about yourself. You don't have to go back and apologise to anyone and stuff like that, unless it's a major thing. If it is, then yeah, then maybe you should speak to them. But whatever it is, you know, if you feel it, say it. You know, which is difficult for you. I know, Aries. You know, you tend to set things up so you tend to be in the right, if you know what I mean, because of the foundations. It's just the way you construct things. But at the same time, it's good to also call oneself out when you realise you're sort of kind of saying, you know, I was a bit too stressed there. I do apologise. You know, and just almost forgiving yourself more than anything else. Cut the pair in two, as they say in France. From the Four of Pentacles, we now go to the Two of Pentacles. So it is making the clear decision to spend your time with the people that you really feel happy with and concerned with, that you respect in your life, and that they give you respect back. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it. And you've been working to this. You've been gradually putting this in place. You've been concentrating on yourself, on your positioning of how you do things, and the good way in which you administer your life. That's how I think it's coming out of it. It's really quite nice. You know, there is connections to a lot of things around you, which is bringing in a load of, you know, connections with other people, which it's almost as if it's like, I get this feeling as to say, at last it's working, at last it's easy, this relationship. And you know, and it could be with a friend, family, loads of different things really. But whatever it is, it's a case of just connecting with yourself. And it's really good, and finding that harmonious place. I think that's where you're heading towards, most definitely. Ace of Pentacles. A lot of people have got the Ace of Pentacles, and you've got it up here in your sort of how your guides are sort of like encouraging you to go forward. And I think they're encouraging you to take that step to make those physical connections with the people around you. And that could mean having a barbecue with them, and you know, inviting them over for a barbecue. It could mean doing an activity, cycling. It could be you know, going to the cinema. It could be just sort of like asking them if they need a hand, or even asking them if they can give you a hand. That sort of thing. It's, you know, it's with this here, and I'm getting that feeling of, you know, life in a physical sense is putting its hand out to you to sort of say, come on, Aries, let's do it. You know, let's enjoy, let's engage. Don't worry about the world. You know, don't worry about the, you know, the complicated bits in life, which we can argue over because it's a point of view, but it's only a point of view. It doesn't necessarily that one side's right and the other side's wrong. It's just a point of view. And that's the beauty about life, of exploring it, but being able to accept that everybody has a different point of view and stuff like that. And I think this is like, that, you know, it's life, or your guides is trying to encourage this out of you, and it's going to bring you luck. It's going to bring you feel like you're, you know, you've got, you know, you got relationships to develop. That's what I'm getting out of it. That's where they're trying to bring you in here, in a very physical sense. Really nice, beautiful physical sense. What's the overall outcome for your relationship side? Hard work, is it? No, I don't think it is actually. I think you're going to find it quite easy, but I think it's going to be a very natural work. And I think it's the way you approach relationships. Relationships, you've got to put the work in, but you've got to choose to put the work in. And if you don't choose to put the work in certain relationships, it may be the fact that you just don't want to be anywhere near that person. You know, that could well be the case. Doesn't mean they're horrible, doesn't mean you're horrible. There's nothing about that. It's just a case of, you know, this is life, this is where I'm going. And I think, you know, with this, I think it's good quality connection with people that are around you. And you're going to start feeling it this summer. Really physically, and even with people you don't know, because it's now going to become in line with yourself and natural with yourself. And once you start doing that with people you don't even know, life just suddenly starts playing in your favour. It starts really working for you, Aries. Absolutely lovely. Really enjoying your reading. Let's just see what's going on your material side. Is this to do with your job, your business and your projects and so forth? Let's just see what's going on with the karmic message there. Wheel of Fortune. I've had a feeling that you've been ratcheting it up for some time now, gradually winding up the tension in your workspace. Not tension is in a bad way, but you know, building up a bit of tension so you've got a potential energy. And I think this is coming to a time when that potential energy is going to be released in a very organised and constructive way, which you're going to have a lot of control over by the looks of things. How you actually, you know, where you direct this sort of force within your life in regards to your job, your business and your projects, basically. It's you who are changing. It's because it's you getting in line with yourself. You are actually creating that Wheel of Fortune moment. As I said, the reason it's there, it's in your karmic message. So it's something that you have created. It's coming back for you. You're getting karma payback. Look at this. Wheel of Fortune and Judgment, both on your karmic paths. You couldn't really get that much better than that. You know, you can get different variations, but all those variations are as power, you know, that's a really power karmic path for you this week. Clear understanding within yourself, and real advances. How's the universe? Oh, the universe is giving you temperance. I think last week it was telling you, I think I was telling you how to sort of interject it into life. And, you know, being patient about something. So if someone turns up to your work and sort of says, oh, I don't really know how to do that. And you know that they haven't even bothered to look and try and understand how to do it. They just can't be bothered. That, you know, I'm being stereotypical like that, you know, sorry, I do apologise, but you know, if there's someone like that, you're going to be sort of like, it's going to be quicker for me to do it myself. And that, I think, is where you need patience. That is where you need to sort of kind of going, have you looked at videos, have you looked at web pages of how to do that? No. Okay, try and go and do that. Try and understand that before you ask me to do it for you. And that's having patience with yourself and with the world around you. I think that's how the universe is trying to encourage you. So you can deal with things in a way, and you can allocate. Is it allocate the word I'm looking for? You know, where you attribute work to people that are around you within your job space, within your business, within your projects, anything where you delegate. That's the word I'm looking for. You know. This is, and to delegate, you have to have patience. Because normally you'd say, oh God, I've got to get this done. Okay, I'll do it myself. You know, if you start doing that, then obviously I would look for someone who can actually do the work. You know, because happiness should be your goal. And that's in both your work as much as your relationship side. 7 of Cups. This is your path. I think you've been following that evident path, and this is where I think you've been ratcheting up that potential that is within you. As you ratchet that forward, going forward, all of a sudden now it's like a spring that's set, and once you know your path and interject into life like that at the right moment with the right force, you're going to provide a lot of things for you, I think. It's just sticking, you know, your past self is sort of saying, look, we got this in our job, in our career path, in our business. We've got this sort of idea of where you want to be going, and I would keep an eye on it and just head down that path. Use that potential energy that you have within you in order to project you down that path. It'd be really nice. Let's just see what your future guides are saying. Now you've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is quite nice. You've got a lot of Pentacles, actually, thinking about it. And, oh, no, quite a few Cups as well. Only got 1 Wand, though, at the moment. 7 is a realisation. It's a revelation card. It's like John the Baptist, in a way, or John the, you know, John the whatever it is at the end. I'm sorry, John. I do apologise, my friend. you know, Apocalypse John sort of guy, Revelation John. And it's, yeah, it's after 6. 6 is when things, it's like a, you know, like a Star of David. You got, it's like a yin and a yang. You got the, you know, the triangle pointing up and the triangle pointing down, and things are set there. And that's, you know, and then once it's set, then you can step back and you can realise. And now you're realising you're nurturing your path. I've just realised another thing here, people. You got 2 7s leading up here. This is a real realisation week for you in concerning your finances, your job path. It's almost as if, like, when I say apply in July, it's almost as if like you know how to work it. You know how it works. Did I say that to you last week? It's very possible. But you know how it works. So therefore, you are literally just going ahead and doing it. And it's almost as like you've got the key to success. And you've got to nurture this key by following down your path and using your realization in order to get you to where you should be going. It'll be absolutely brilliant, I think, for you. Let's just see what's the overall outcome for you. King of Pentacles. That is ultimate, really. You couldn't get better on that. Look at this. This is an amazing reading, Aries. Really good reading for you. By the end of the week, I think you will have the realization in you, which is like the knowledge which you need, which is very, very valuable knowledge, and that could be through passing certificates, passing exams, getting a loan, whatever you're going to need to get your success, that is actually makes you incredibly valuable. And with that value also comes a lot of responsibility, and with that responsibility becomes a lot of you know, power in a way. Like Spider-Man, you know, power is nothing without control. And I think here is if you keep to your path, if you nurture it, by the end of the week, I think this is that applying in July. By the end of the week, you're going to realise that you've got the key to you've got the keys to paradise in regards to your workspace, and you can go as far as you want. You know, depending on, you know, you could work 8 hours a week, but you wouldn't live much. Depending, if you love what you're doing, then obviously it's a different kettle of fish. You know, but at the same time, I think ultimately there's abundance coming into you in so many different ways. Okay, absolutely lovely, lovely reading there. Let's just see, we'll do a bit of clarification with the light Seer cards. Thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate all the support you give this channel, commenting. I comment, I reply to every single comment. So, you know, commenting, sharing, liking, you know, subscribing, that all helps out. It's absolutely brilliant. You'll also find linked in the description below. There's links to buy me a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and I would most appreciate that. That would really be lovely. And also, you'll find links to private readings that I have, where you can choose the formula that sort of corresponds with you. You can click on the link, and then you can just book up the time and day that sort of suits you, and I will see you online for that. There's someone asking, I'm sorry, I don't have your name. I'm hopeless with names. I really do apologise about that. I'm really bad with names. But someone was asking about the book, Aries book. I'm trying to find a copy of the Aries book that's hanging around, an old copy that maybe we can sort out so you can get. Or I'm working on the revised copies, and the revised copies will be coming out at the end of this summer, in the beginning of the autumn period. So, you know, for that person who sent me an email about that copy of that book, I do apologise. I have seen the email. I haven't got back to you as yet. I've been so busy. I do apologise. But I will, you know, I thought I'd tell you in the video. But yes, I will, you know, we will sort a book out at some point, an Astroflower Aries book for you. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for being here. Bit of housekeeping out of the way. Let's get back to your reading. The overall energy here, we've got the Two of Cups. What sort of alignment is it bringing you at the moment? Clear vision and the sense of victory. Once you get this clear vision and you really start getting on, you're going to, as I said earlier on, it's a yes, you're winning. You're really winning. And it's you who've done this, Aries. You should know this. You've created this situation with amazing work. I've seen it over the past, might even go as far back as a year, but I've seen how you've gradually putting in place a really good scenario for you. With the Judgment cards, you get the Six of Swords. I think once you put one foot in front of the other, the universe, the world, yourself will take you to this sort of connection that you're heading towards. Absolute brilliance, but it just needs for you to take the first step, and you will be helped and guided on the way, and you'd get this sensation and kind of go, oh wow, that turned up, that was nice, that was a bit of luck. It's not luck, you cultivated it. That's your karma, that's what's paying you back. It's really good for you. And I think this is what, if you head down your path, you will benefit enormously, and so will the people around you. What's going on with this King of Wands? How do they want you to be? New cycle. The world gives us everything. And this new cycle is asking, the universe is saying to you, be the leader of your path. Really be the leader of your path. Once you stand in your power in this new cycle, all of a sudden this new logic, this logical evolution that we're going through at the moment, or revolution, I think we're pretty much there. I think we're now sort of, this apply in July is kind of saying we've now got to start applying it on a regular basis across every aspect of life. And you've got to be one of those leaders in it. With the Two of Pentacles, you get the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're probably concentrating on your security, your physical well-being in connection with other people, feeling at ease with yourself. The beauty about the Queen of Pentacles is she's sat at the tree of knowledge. Yeah, she's got this pentacle, she's feeling secure. And the other reasons why she's feeling secure, because she knows, and she's got that, can you see that wide smile on her face? I hope so. She also knows that at some point that tree of knowledge is going to bring her fruit. So she doesn't actually have to go anywhere. The tree is naturally going to bring it to her. And this is what I'm talking about, where if you head down your path, you're going to get a lot of support with you as you go down that path. And I think it's going to invigorate a lot of people around you. It's going to be really beautiful. Let's just see what's going on with the Ace of Pentacles there. You get the Nine of Swords. Interesting. As I said, I think you've let go of a lot of things. I think this is a change of your luck, in a way, to your relationships. Once you start connecting people in a very physical level, I think any worries, any repetitive sort of problems that keep coming back in your life in regards to any relationships, any stress according to those relationships, I think it's going to fizzle out. And you'll just be looking, in the future, you'll look back and you kind of go, wow, life is not the same. Oh, wow, this is brilliant. I think this is your chance. As I said, I don't think luck is something that falls from the sky. I think it's something you cultivate, like confidence. And you're building up this beautiful, serene confidence within you. The Wheel of Fortune, again. That's that hard work. This is what I'm saying about you are creating this Wheel of Fortune. I did a reading on the X-Flare energy, and there's been quite a lot of energy that's come through as well into the system. And I was talking about someone who stands on top of a log in a river, and they run on the top of the log, and they can make the log spin in both ways. This is very much like the Wheel of Fortune. When you're engaged in the Wheel of Fortune and you do good quality work, you can make it turn in your favor. And that could be evolving as devolving. You could devolve a relationship, which is a good thing. Could be a good thing. You can evolve a relationship, which could be a good thing. So I think it's the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't really matter which way it spins. It's making it spin in the direction that's good for you. And I think this is what that good quality work is all about, and what you're doing. It's Absolutely beautiful. Talking about the Wheel of Fortune, let's go on to that Wheel of Fortune with the other karmic message for your relationship side. Woo. Oh, they both want to come out. You get the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress. The Empress is all about creating a new world, a new cycle, a new thing in your life, creating a new persona, I think, personally, creating a new way of being in regards to your work. So your work is no longer too much of a stress, too much of a strain, all of that sort of thing. But it's time to get on and work. It's time to head down that evident path and have that realization, that revelation that is within you. And that's where you can start really turning the Wheel of Fortune in your favor. It'll be really good for you, Aries, really, really good for you. Let's just see what this Temperance is all about. And this is where I was sort of saying, have patience with the people around them and encourage them to explore and make themselves better, or make, educate themselves, or, help them progress on their career path as well. That sort of thing. Out with the old and in with the new. I think the universe is here is sort of saying, patience, it's going to change. And I think that the King of Pentacles does make that change. By the end of the week, the old will be gone and the new you will be here. And it is maybe sort of saying at that same time, be patient with yourself. That passion is building up in you. As I said, I think you've been gradually building up that, that potential in you over the last long period. And now I think it's a case of putting it into action. With the Seven of Cups, you get the Ten of Cups. All the work that you've put in on your material side, as much as on your relationship side, is going to pay off. Excuse me, a bit of a fog in the throat. Rabbit. Hope you like my frog impression. This evident path is going to take you towards your happiness. You know that in regards to your job, your business, and your project. It's going to get to where you should be in order to do what you want to do and what you got to do. Okay, let's just see what's going on with this Seven of Pentacles. This is your future self. I think this is nurturing the new you more than anything else. Let's just see what that comes out there. The new you. Totally is, isn't it? You get the Death and Rebirth card. So it's out with the old and in with the new. Your guides are really trying to get you into alignment with yourself. Absolutely. I'm loving doing your readings at the moment, Aries. Really, really lovely stuff here. A beautiful, evolving sort of thing. And it is nurturing that new you, that new attitude you have to money, to job, to business, to projects. It's really, really good. Really, really refreshing. And serious and productive as well. It's really all round, it's really good. And then you get, with the King of Pentacles, you get the Queen of Cups, earth and water. That is the most fertile arrangement you can have. You only need to add your fire and a little bit of air and you're laughing. And that air comes probably with the Ace of Swords there. That clarity of vision and knowing that you're winning out of life. She's radiating, and I think you should radiate this understanding, this key, as I said, that I think you found about life, about business, about jobs. And it's going to make you radiate success. That's what you're going to be radiating. And the thing is, when you've got that persona of success within your life, and I don't mean faking it here, because it's not a case of that at all. It's natural. But when you have that persona, it almost is as if like you call that into your life. And that's what that Wheel of Fortune's all about. It is really changing things in your favor. There's no doubt about it. It's really bringing in some really beautiful things for you. And making it very, very clear for you as you go forward. Lovely reading, Aries. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so chuffed for you. I really am, because I've seen the hard work you've done over the last year. At times trying to be the pillar for the family. At times trying to be the understanding one, and which is poles apart in a way, you know. And having, you know, having the sensibility, the sensitivity to sort of like, you know, adjust for those sort of situations. I've seen that sort of coming through you over the last year. And that's that beautiful potential that you've been building up. And it seems to be, if you apply it in July, that's what I said in the monthly readings. Go and have a look at the collective monthly and your individual monthly. You'll understand what I'm talking about. When you apply it in July, yeah, I think you're going to do incredibly well. I think you're going to find yourself in a beautiful space where you're living, and you're living oh so naturally. Absolutely beautiful, Aries. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your support, subscribing and all of that malarkey. Absolutely beautiful. Do appreciate it. Yeah, I guess there's all that's left for me to say is, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.